Hello once again, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and we got a good one, folks. We got a Sideshow Hot Toys figure. I'm really excited. These don't come along too often. I do not order every single one that comes out, but every so often, one will come in and I will be like, you know what? God, that one has to get put in the Darth Tuba collection. So let's see what this one is. We get right to it because these things are a little more complicated to open up than some of our, Hasbro figures and Disney collectibles, that kind of thing. All right, so who do we have today? You might be able to tell by looking at the box what it is. If you can see that close. All right, there he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Lando Calrissian, in his skiff guard outfit. One of the coolest moments, in my humble opinion, of the original Star Wars trilogy was the time when it just seemed like, take it back to Return of the Jedi, 1983. Remember, kiddos, no internet, no social networking, nothing of that nature. All we had were the movies when they came out in the theater, maybe your friend or your neighbor's friend or somebody else like that, somebody who knew somebody who actually got this newfangled piece of technology called a Betamax or a VCR, was able to get a bootleg copy of Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back. Maybe. And it was grainy and you couldn't make it out because it was basically just some guy with a huge camera filming in the middle of a movie theater. Okay, so that was it. The only other thing you had were books, comic books, the story of Star Wars, the story of Empire Strikes Back. So those were which is the record, the LP that you could listen to fragments of the story. So that was it. That's what we had, and we were happy with that. Well, that and the toys, of course, and we were happy with that. Okay, but a new movie, and supposedly going to be wrapping up the adventures of Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia. But Lando was a bit of a mystery. He was he was Han's old buddy, and they're hugging and talking about old times, and then all of a sudden he turns him over to Vader, and you're like, oh no, Lando's a bad guy. But then he turns around again and he frees Leia and Chewie, and he tries to get Han back from the bounty hunter, but they were too late. But then he gets on the Falcon and he was able to get Leia and Chewie and the droids out, and so he became and he even helped rescue Luke. He was the hero, right? But then you get to the next movie and you're like, well, how's Lando going to fit in all this? And you see the slow build of you see R2 and 3PO show up at Jabba's house. Then you see, then you see Leia and Chewie. Or actually, you don't see Leia. You see Boushh, the bounty hunter, bring in Chewie. So you're like, oh my God, our gang is not doing well. But then, all of a sudden, you see this. You see Lando. And Lando was our first glimpse into the fact that maybe what we were been watching all the time was a plan. Was a carefully constructed, organized plan of attack. And this is the outfit that he was wearing, the skiff guard outfit, which I thought was so cool looking, so awesome. And I said, this has to become part of it. And I love, and again, another reason to love Solo, a Star Wars story, is how Tobias Beckett had this same exact costume on, as if it was kind of hidden in Lando's Millennium Falcon. So there might be an adventure somewhere where Lando has worn this before. So I'm waiting to see that adventure unfold on the screen. Okay, so your typical. Now this one looks like, I just want to make sure I'm clear on something. I always say, first I get your nice little picture here. This looks like it actually is a Sideshow figure. It doesn't say Hot Toys on it. Now, and I'll be very frank and honest, and if anyone wants to leave a comment explaining the organizational aspect of Sideshow, because it seems like for a long time Sideshow was producing their own figures, and then after a while it seemed like it was Sideshow being the ones releasing the figures. So I just don't understand. Is it Sideshow? Is it Hot Toys? This does not say Hot Toys anywhere on the box. So I'm leaning that this is more of a Sideshow design. Okay, now Hot Toys, I will say, is generally a little more detailed, a little bit more specific. Maybe they've merged. Maybe there's some change in the business aspect of it. But anyway, so far the boxing seems pretty much the same. You got some really cool picture art all the way around. Some nice close-ups of some of the design of the costume, and then there he is. There it is. Hello, what have we here? Lando Calrissian. A really cool picture art, which comes out here. Okay, and now we have our, very well protected. Again, these are not toys. These are collectibles, and they are designed basically for a collector in mind, not for a child to play with them. However, I do keep. Looks like this one does not seem to come with too much when it comes to the accoutrements. He doesn't seem to have anything extra here. He looks like he has his gun, his blaster, that really cool kind of blaster that kind of came out. I'm trying to put it in front of my face here. That with that little extra thing on the bottom here that was, unique to the Return of the Jedi blasters. And he has a little holster that can go right in there. Good. And he has, oh God, poor Lando suffocating. He's got the really cool skiff, vibro axe spear kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. So now he does seem to have fists, okay, which lead me to believe that maybe there's more to this. He has his helmet. So, it looks like, okay, I see. So it looks like you can actually have if you look closely, you can see that you have your Lando head with the helmet on, or you have your Lando head without the helmet. I'm going to say I think his likeness is quite good. I think it's a pretty strong likeness. So if this is just if it's a Sideshow thing and not a Hot Toys, I think Sideshow's really upped their game and got some improvements. Now it feels like, yes, okay. So there is a small amount of extra stuff here. Really just hands. And I guess that's fine. I mean, the Lando character did not have an excessive amount of accessories, if you will. Okay, he's got his little stand here. Okay, we'll get that all ready. I think I'm going to display him with I'm going to display him with his helmet on. So that unfortunately means I'm going to have to get his hands changed out. It seems in a lot of ways like what we're kind of used to with Hot Toys. Unfortunately, my least favorite thing here is having to switch out his hands. Sorry, there's a lot of platforms here because switching out his hands can sometimes be a bit of a pain. But we'll see if they've improved that technology at all. And it seems like it's a little bit better. Okay. That was relatively painless. Okay. So that's good. We got his little cover up his thing here. I mean, I love the Sideshow and Hot Toys. I mean, I think they're both fantastic. I do wonder, though. Let's see. One more thing. Now, this one, kids, don't look. I have to remove his head. There's Lando's head. Sorry, Lando. Okay, that works. I'm kind of sorry that there was not an option to have him, be able to remove and hold his helmet. He can't really hold his helmet because it'll have his head in it. So that's kind of weird, but it's all right. I understand, the limitations made in some ways anyway. All right, now let's see if I can get there it is. Got this. All right, and we'll just kind of do it like that. All right. So we got him set up here. Got to cut the cool. I never realized his boots were they were like boot sandals. I'll put a bunch of, during this part of the scene here, I'll get a bunch of great close-ups of him so you can see all that during the video as well. I don't think you need to see my ugly mug doing all this. So, and of course, I keep these boxes. These boxes are, there's always whether I decide someday to sell these off, or my family does, and upon my becoming one with the Force, whenever that may be. Hopefully not for a long time. Okay, I always keep these boxes because there is a definite lot of options there. Obviously, there he is with his helmet on. Okay, pretty cool. All right, I do have to say that I'm a little disappointed that he can't put the helmet on and off and just hold the helmet. Not that there was ever a scene where he did hold the helmet. It seemed like, although I love it, does he have the thing where he can pull it down? No, it doesn't. Because I always love the scene when you first see you figure out that it's Lando, because he actually takes the thing and like pulls it. So, yep, it's me, everybody. It's Lando. Puts it back. This doesn't look like it's flexible enough to do that, and I don't want to break it. So, but he's got his really cool vibro axe there. He's got all the neat accessories all around him. I just can't believe that they're boot sandals. I never realized that they were sandals, but with boot legs. It's very an unusual thing, but there it is. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cannot say enough nice about it. It's really a great collectible piece. As I said, my only complaint is that you can't see his face. You either have to have it with the helmet, without the helmet. I suppose I understand that whenever like Hasbro or Kenner made helmeted action figures, the heads always seemed a little smaller to get the either the helmet looked too big, whatever kind of hat or helmet it was, or the head looked too small. So I just think that maybe it's just the nature of the plastic that you're using to make the helmet or whatever. But I would imagine that they could improve that technology if possible. But this is really cool. Just a great added thing. I don't have too many. I mean, I have a nice little Jabba's den section over here that I'll put him in. Obviously, he's only one of them. I don't have every single character that they've made. It's just too expensive to purchase every single one. But I will say this: they do go up in price on the secondary market, not down. Okay, the only exception to that might be like 2-packs or things that they sold for discount. If they sold it on discount, meaning Sideshow had a discount where they bulked a couple of stormtroopers together or something, you might be able to find them for less money individually than you would have paid there. But other than that, these things go up in value, excuse me. But it's a great toy. It's a great action figure. It's beautiful for display. Okay, if you have a Jabba, this is a great thing to put kind of next to Jabba and Bib Fortuna. All right, but really, really cool. So again, doesn't look like it's Hot Toys. It looks like it has Disney on the box and Sideshow, and that looks like it. So I think that there is a slight pullback in quality, but I will say that I looked at some of the original Sideshow figures that came out versus the newer Hot Toys, and then this one. And this is definitely somewhere in the middle. It's improved over the old Sideshow, which even then, I love the old Sideshow. Don't get me wrong. The original Star Wars figures that came out. But this is definitely on a higher end. I'm trying to see if I have back here. I don't know if I have. I always like to try to compare. I don't think I see it here. I always like to compare with. Oh, yeah, I do have it. I'll put a little comparison. I'll bring out the old Collector Series 12-inch figure so you can see the difference between them. Okay, so we'll kind of do a little side by side so you can check them out. All right, so that'll do it for this episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Welcome to our new subscribers, and if you like the channel, give it a thumbs up. The whole business, like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. Hit for some notification or all notification. Do all that stuff. Spread the word about the channel, folks, okay? And leave some comments. Give me some feedback. Even if you don't like it, you can tell me you don't like it. I understand. I can take it. Don't worry. But again, if you want to support the channel, that's the best way and the cheapest and easiest way. It's completely free. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, I do not have a Patreon, but I do have a TeePublic store with a lot of great Darth Tuba Star Wars art and some other things that I think you'll find interesting. And let you purchase a shirt or a magnet or something of that nature to help support the show. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.